want to talk to you about some New Guinea Impatiens, and they're a really neat flavor of color for your containers or in your beds, by the way, if you want something that has a little bit more sun, but you like that impatient type of bloom. So I want to show you those. I want to also tell you some tips and tricks on how to run with this plant, because there are some things that can get you caught up. So and that didn't even really make any sense. But some tips and tricks to make life better. Let's just keep that short, shall we? Let's do some shout outs, okay? Say hello to Judy Dresser. Judy, hi. I'm glad that you are a fan. Of course, you've been a long time customer. And don't worry, we're going to pick out your Christmas tree. We do this in the summer months, by the way. So if you have a special Christmas tree that you need picked out, particularly hand-picked by J-Dog himself, I am your guy. Anyway, hi Judy. To Hugo Poole. Hi Hugo. And to Jennifer Lampert. Jennifer, who is that handsome fellow there with you? And Elizabeth Juarez Brockway. And Missy Stengel and Sue Redmond. So hi guys. Hope you enjoy the show, and I hope it brings something at least useful to your life. So let's talk about New Guinea Impatiens. Let's just take a look at these guys. They are an amazing plant, especially if you like a little bit of that hot tropic color. And then with those bold leaves, it really gives a kind of a twist of, when I look at that, I think of tropics. What would you think, Mr. Dave?
Yeah, it's definitely nice leaf foliage to it.
Nice leaf and foliage to it. So now here is the tips and tricks on that. And by the way, New Guinea Impatiens, when you shop for them, there's lots of different variations on the leaf color. For instance, so you can see how this is a really dark and it has almost a purple underside, whereas there's also just a nice straight green. So use that leaf color too in your containers as well, just as another accent. Also, now the colors are just amazing as far as their vibrant, sharp, amazing color. This one is a great one too, by the way, to use in containers, is just as that color spot in a mix of things. As a matter of fact, you can throw in some different light colored ferns is a really neat look for these guys. So anyway, about New Guinea Impatiens, one thing to always remember is plucking their blooms. So when their blooms go bad, pluck them. They can get so full of color. What happens is those petals on those blooms start to rot right into the leaf, especially if the blooms get wet. So you want to try to keep the blooms dry, and you want to keep plucking those blooms. Now here's something else that that you need to watch out for, and right in the middle of the professionals table is this guy. You see how limp they go. It is not possible to overwater these guys. They love the water. So put these guys in morning sun, afternoon shade. It's an impatient that can take much more sun, by the way. But if they go limp like this, that's the one neat thing about this plant, and that makes it a lot of fun too, is that they are almost an instant gratification. Whatever you do to this plant, they respond very quickly. So no matter how limp how limp they go, water it anyway, even if you think it's beyond hope, because the next morning, poof, they're almost just straight up nice and fresh again. Of course, this is a different plant, but
that was fast.
That was really fast. There's no tricks here. It's real. But keep up the good watering on these guys, and they will treat you well. Also, a good squirt of fertilizer in that water too is helpful to keep that nice and deep dark green. Anyway, that's the helpful hint for the day. I hope that helps, but if it doesn't, here is your quote for the day. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Thank you very much. That's by the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. So that's the show for the day. Always, always live your passion.
See me right out of the sun.